The movie begins in a bustling city with a woman named Yi-Jean. Her world came crashing down when she discovered her boyfriend entangled in an affair with another woman. Yi-Jean had always kept a watchful eye on her partner's every move through the lens of CCTV cameras. To her dismay, she noticed a recurring pattern: her boyfriend always handed a yellow sticky note to his mistress as a secret code. From that moment on, the color yellow became a symbol of betrayal and heartache in Yi-Jean's eyes. Yi-Jean, a 35-year-old CEO of an insurance company, was renowned for her strict demeanor, unwavering discipline, and perfectionist nature. Her employees even bestowed upon her the nickname the Four Warriors due to her fierce and unyielding leadership. Aware of Yi-Jean's newfound aversion to the color yellow, her staff took great care to remove anything yellow from her vicinity, determined to prevent any further provocation of her anger. On the other side of the city, a man named Xiao Bo toiled as a diligent courier, his past life as a skydiving athlete a distant memory. Xiao Bo's relentless work ethic stemmed from his earnest desire to gather enough money for his nephew's ear disease treatment. His days were filled with hard work and perseverance, driven by the hope of a better future for his beloved nephew. Meanwhile, Yi-Jean remained deeply troubled by the revelation of her ex-boyfriend's infidelity. The thought of their broken engagement and shattered dreams weighed heavily upon her heart. Seeking solace, she engaged in a video call with Sophie, her dear friend residing in the enchanting city of Paris. Through tearful conversations, Yi-Jean confided in Sophie about the betrayal she had endured and shared her newfound skepticism towards true love, convinced that all men were cut from the same cloth. As she observed Sophie's blissful existence with her loving partner and their joyful little family, Yi-Jean couldn't help but feel a pang of envy. The desire for a complete family and the longing for a true connection ignited within her. Driven by these emotions, she contemplated the idea of becoming a single mother through the assistance of the IVF program. However, one crucial aspect stood in her way: she needed a suitable sperm donor. Entrusting her secret to her loyal assistant, Vivian, Yi-Jean tasked her with finding a qualified candidate while keeping their mission clandestine from prying eyes. Vivian cleverly devised a cover by advertising a job vacancy, disguising it as a smokescreen for their true intentions: finding the perfect sperm donor. As numerous male candidates flocked to the company for the job interviews, Yi-Jean grew weary of the process. Ready to call it quits, she was on the verge of ending the session when a deliveryman named Xiao Bo caught sight of the job advertisement. His curiosity piqued, he felt tempted by the enticing salary and decided to take a chance, unaware of the destiny that awaited him. On a contrasting note, within the realm of Yi-Jean's office, a female employee faced the consequences of her deceitful actions. She had been caught red-handed, engaging in fraud and falsifying documents. Consumed by annoyance and resentment towards Yi-Jean, she resorted to a menacing act. Gripping a sharp cutter, she confronted Yi-Jean as she traversed the office lobby. Thankfully, fate intervened in the form of Xiao Bo, who happened to be nearby. With swift action, he averted the impending harm and protected Yi-Jean from harm's way. In that moment, the woman unveiled her desperate plea. She revealed that without a job, her ex-husband would gain custody of their child, a fate she desperately sought to avoid. Moved by her heartfelt revelation, Yi-Jean's heart softened, and forgiveness flowed from her. Not only did she extend forgiveness, but she also extended financial support for the woman's child until she secured new employment. Having rescued Yi-Jean from harm, Xiao Bo's heroic act presented him with an unexpected opportunity. He was invited to participate in the job interview session, which caught Yi-Jean's attention. As Xiao Bo underwent follow-up tests and showcased his qualifications, Yi-Jean found herself increasingly intrigued by him. Convinced that Xiao Bo possessed the potential she sought, Yi-Jean offered him the position of her personal assistant. Without reading the contract in detail, Xiao Bo hastily signed, as his immediate concern was to earn a substantial income. Vivian, ever helpful, enlightened Xiao Bo about his new role as Yi-Jean's personal assistant. On his inaugural day at work, Xiaobo encountered a setback by arriving late, much to Yi Jin's displeasure. Despite her understanding of his newness to the job, Yi Jin's perfectionist nature left her dissatisfied with Xiaobo's early performance, as he made several mistakes. On one particular day, Yi Jin found herself obliged to attend a crucial meeting with an important client. Unfortunately, due to Xiaobo's erroneous choice of route, they found themselves ensnared in the clutches of a maddening traffic jam. Determined not to let Yi Jin face tardiness, Xiaobo reached out to a friend for assistance. Unbeknownst to Yi Jin, Xiaobo's plan involved whisking her away on a motorcycle to ensure they arrived at the office promptly. Initially resistant, Yi Jin hesitated to embrace this unconventional mode of transportation. However, with time ticking away mercilessly, she reluctantly acquiesced to the motorcycle ride, compelled by the urgency of the situation. Their arrival at the office coincided with the imminent arrival of Yi Jin's client. The client's surprise was evident when he beheld Yi Jin astride a motorcycle, as she was known for her penchant for luxury cars. However, the client's initial astonishment quickly transformed into admiration for Yi Jin's daring choice of a cool classic motorbike. Without wasting a moment, the client readily agreed to a cooperative contract between his company and Yi Jin's. This triumphant turn of events filled Yi Jin's heart with elation, as her desires unfolded exactly as she had hoped. Following this victorious encounter, Vivin approached Xiaobo with a peculiar request to provide a sample of his sperm in a small tube. Oblivious to Vivin's true intentions and purpose behind this request, Xiaobo regarded it as a routine medical test. The following day, Xiaobo received a summons to Yi Jin's office, where she revealed an unexpected truth. She confessed that her recruitment of Xiaobo was not intended for the role of her personal assistant, but rather as a sperm donor for her IVF program. Initially perplexed, Xiaobo's mind swirled with confusion, assuming a romantic connection between Yi Jin and Vivin. However, Yi Jin clarified her desire to become a single mother, embracing the journey of raising and nurturing a child without the need for a husband's presence. Upon understanding Yi Jin's wishes in detail, Xiaobo made a decision. Tempted by the allure of a substantial salary, he chose to continue his employment and embark on this unique path. Under Vivin's guidance, Xiaobo embraced a healthier lifestyle, mindful of his well-being and vitality to ensure the production of high-quality sperm. Moreover, Vivin requested Xiaobo to provide personal data, leading to a minor disagreement between Xiaobo and his ex-girlfriend. In the evening, burdened by the weight of stress, Xiaobo sought solace in a drink to find temporary relief. Unexpectedly, Yi Jin appeared and joined him, sharing in the libation and offering companionship. Shortly after, Vivin arrived in an ambulance, swiftly taking Xiaobo away to rid his body of the effects of alcohol. One fateful night, Yi Jin summoned Xiaobo to her home and directed him to her bedroom. Misinterpreting the situation, Xiaobo began undressing, assuming they were about to engage in a conversation. However, to his surprise, Yi Jin had requested his presence to assist in changing a lamp in her bedroom. The following day, as Xiaobo arrived to pick up Yi Jin from her house, her ex-boyfriend made an unexpected appearance, seeking reconciliation. Yet, Yi Jin firmly rejected his advances and demanded his immediate departure. Unyielding in his pursuit, the ex-boyfriend resorted to force, inciting a heated argument that compelled Xiaobo to intervene and protect Yi Jin. Moved by her gratitude for his unwavering support, Yi Jin entrusted Xiaobo with the task of accompanying her to a nursing home, where her father resided due to his battle with Alzheimer's disease. Yi Jin spared no expense in securing the best treatment and care for her ailing father, driven by her earnest desire for his swift recovery. However, Xiaobo soon discovered that Yi Jin's treatment of her father lacked compassion, prompting him to admonish her actions. Yet, Yi Jin rebuffed his interference, asserting her autonomy in her personal affairs. Upon returning home from work one day, Yi Jin was met with a disheveled house. To her astonishment, Xiaobo had brought her father back to her residence, a gesture that incited her anger. In the midst of a heated argument, their conflict escalated, leading Xiaobo to make the decision to resign from his job. The subsequent day, Xiaobo received a message from Yi Jin, informing him of a monetary fine for unilaterally terminating the work contract. Refusing to accept the imposed penalty, Xiaobo confronted Yi Jin, expressing his reluctance to comply. It was then that Yi Jin revealed a painful secret: her father had engaged in an extramarital affair, plunging her parents into incessant quarrels. Unable to bear the weight of the family's troubles, her mother had tragically taken her own life. In the aftermath, Yi Jin decided to distance herself from her father and seek solace in the embrace of Paris. Touched by Yi Jin's revelation, Xiaobo's heart swelled with guilt for his past behavior, leading him to offer a sincere apology. In the comfort of Yi Jin's home, she probed Xiaobo, curious about his unwavering ambition to amass wealth. Xiaobo's response revealed his noble intentions: he aimed to support his nephew's costly ear disease treatment. Tragically, Xiaobo's brother had passed away, leaving his sister-in-law financially strained and unable to afford the necessary medical expenses. As they engaged in their conversation, the two found solace in the shared indulgence of wine, which eventually led them to succumb to the intoxication and spent the night together. Upon awakening, Yi Jin found herself astounded by the realization that she had fallen asleep in Xiaobo's embrace. In a twist of fate, Yi Jin decided to accompany Xiaobo to Paris for the IVF program. Once there, she introduced Xiaobo to Sophie, her trusted confidant. Sophie, upon learning of Yi Jin's plan to conceive through IVF, suggested the possibility of marrying Xiaobo and conceiving children naturally. However, Yi Jin staunchly rejected the proposition, remaining resolute in her pursuit of single motherhood, steadfastly determined to exclude anyone, even the biological father, from her child's life. Their journey continued, with Yi Jin commencing the IVF program. One evening, during a heartfelt conversation, Yi Jin and Xiaobo delved into envisioning their future child's life. Yi Jin pledged to provide the best possible life for their child, sparing them from the hardships she had endured. Moved by his love for the unborn child, Xiaobo expressed his desire to take on the role of a parent. Yet, Yi Jin swiftly rebuffed his heartfelt plea, adamant in her decision to remain a single mother, shielding her child from any external influences, even those of their biological father. Undeterred, Xiaobo shared a poignant tale of two men preparing for a skydiving adventure. One man, overwhelmed by fear during his first jump, accidentally struck his well-meaning friend, rendering him unconscious. Tragically, the unconscious man met his demise, as he lacked the opportunity to deploy his parachute while plummeting from great heights. In the following night, Sophie joyfully revealed to Yi Jin that the IVF program had succeeded, and she was now pregnant with Xiaobo's child. The news filled both Yi Jin and Xiaobo with immense happiness. Xiaobo expressed his desire to support Yi Jin throughout her pregnancy, but Yi Jin chose to remain distant, leaving him alone. Sophie, once again, implored Yi Jin to consider marrying Xiaobo, highlighting their evident affection for each other. Despite the suggestion, Yi Jin persisted in her resolve to raise the child independently and sent Xiaobo back to Hong Kong. In due course, Xiaobo returned to Hong Kong, where he ensured his nephew received the best available treatment. Over time, his nephew's health improved, and happiness permeated their lives. However, Xiaobo's thoughts lingered on Yi Jin, as months had passed without any contact. Driven by his yearning, Xiaobo decided to create a special gift to celebrate the birth of their child and send it to Paris. Moments later, while lost in thoughts of Xiaobo, Yi Jin experienced a hallucination, perceiving him standing before her. Yet, reality shattered the illusion when a courier arrived, delivering a package sent by Xiaobo. Sophie then contacted Xiaobo, urging him to come to Paris, as she revealed that Yi Jin had fallen into severe depression following a miscarriage. Concerned for their dear friend who had vanished without a trace, Sophie, her husband, and Xiaobo embarked on a quest to locate Yi Jin's whereabouts. Eventually, they discovered Yi Jin standing perilously close to the edge of a steep cliff. Approaching Yi Jin, Xiao Bo attempted to calm her, dissuading her from any reckless actions. Enveloped in despair, Yi Jin contemplated suicide, believing she had lost the people she loved, the baby she carried, and her departed mother. It was then that Xiao Bo shared a poignant revelation, confessing that the man who perished while skydiving was his elder brother. The loss had deeply saddened Xiao Bo, but he had found the strength to rise again. Xiao Bo professed his unwavering love for Yi Jin, emphasizing that his life would cease to have meaning without her. In a daring act, the two of them leaped from the cliff, but Xiao Bo, equipped with a parachute, gently carried Yi Jin through the sky. Together, they descended in front of a church, captivating the attention of onlookers. In the end, Yi Jin and Xiao Bo exchanged vows, starting a new chapter as they welcomed twins into their lives, destined for a future of happiness. Through this poignant tale, the film highlights two contrasting perspectives. Yi Jin, who had lost faith in love due to her father's betrayal and her ex-boyfriend's infidelity, experienced the depths of despair. On the other hand, Xiao Bo, an eternal optimist, held on to hope, believing that hard work and kindness would lead him to a better life. Ultimately, Xiao Bo's unwavering optimism and genuine love thawed Yi Jin's frozen heart, transforming her perception of love and hope. The moral of this story is that love and hope can lead to unexpected and extraordinary journeys, even in the face of heartbreak and challenges. It teaches us to embrace optimism, follow our hearts, and believe in the power of love to create a happily ever after.